Hi, this is Jay from Lo Shu Numerology.com, and today we're going to be doing a reading for Martina, and I've got Martina's birth date right here. These are all the birthday digits, and I have shuffled them up for her privacy. We're going to bring all of these digits down here into the Lo Shu square. The 9s always go in this position, 8s down here, 2s up in this corner, the 1's down here, and we've got a couple more 9s, so those just all go up in here. So not a lot of different digits here in this birth date, and we're going to now look for patterns here in the grid. So we're looking for rows, columns, or diagonals where all of the locations are filled in or all of them are empty. We're going to start with the rows, and we can see that this one and this row here do not count because they've got some and none. They're kind of a mix there. But the center one here, nothing in there. So this gets an arrow, and it gets a dashed arrow, which means it's a minus, a negative, but not necessarily a negative, a bad thing. So we'll get to that in a minute. And then we go for columns, and columns, no columns here because all of them have a mix of either some or none. And diagonals, we're not going to get this one, but we've got a diagonal here. So we're going to go with this. And this, since there are no numbers in any of those, that gets the negative or the minus arrow. And finally, we look for locations that have more than one digit in them. And the only one we have here are the 9s, a good group of 3 9s there. So now I'm going to get the Lo Shu cards out, and I'm going to get the cards that we need for this reading, and we'll get started in just a moment. All right, we're ready for the reading, and first thing we're going to do is look at this row right here with the dashed arrow, the minus arrow, and this is the minus heart, and that's looking at whether this person, whether you, Martina, are more emotional or more logical. So this minus heart says that you often make decisions based on intellect alone. Not always, but often, because you're so matter-of-fact even. People may get offended and have the impression that you're emotionless, but it's just that you put a lot more stock in logic than you do in feelings. The next arrow is this diagonal arrow here, which is spiritual. Are you more of a spiritual person or more of a skeptical person? Neither one of those is better than the other. This says minus spirituality. Now, of course, you have a spiritual side to you, but while some people only look for help from an outside source when problems crop up, this tells me that you tend to rely on your own experiences and logic first, which is interesting because it kind of goes along with the minus heart here, because this says that you are more of a logical person. So these kind of match up and say that, yeah, this is how you really are. The next one we're going to be looking at is the number, the 9s, and 9s mean change. Everybody has change in their life, but the fact that you've got 3 9s here, that kind of tells me that some people get all stressed out when they have change comes into their life, but this tells me that you have ways of coping with that, and you even welcome change at times in your life because you know those can be a time of growth for you. You don't see change as a bad thing. So taking all of these together, we've got the minus heart, the minus spiritual, and the change. This is a really good reading. This looks to me like somebody who, I don't know what you do for a living, Martina, but if you were in one of the sciences, if you were in accounting, something like that, where logic and facts play a big part, and the change, if it's maybe it's not high stress, but it could be a high stress environment, but a place where lots of different things are happening. Maybe you don't do the same thing all of the time. You're doing a little bit here and a little bit there, and you're able to make the right decisions because you're using your intellect, you're using logic instead of just how you feel at the time. So there's your reading, Martina. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.